Hi and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to do a repair section which is one of many on the front of the Rover P4 chassis. It's been quite a long time since I last did any welding on a car, and I've got to go, apart from a small section on a friend's car that I did probably 6-7 years ago. This is the first sort of major repair work I've done since I restored the Triumph Spitfire back in 35 years ago, I'd guess. I've got some experience of welding as part of a job I'd got, a business I used to own, part-own. But that's, again, is about 14 years ago. But as they say, you never forget how to weld or ride a bike. Anyway, what I propose to do is I won't film any of the welding because it's underneath the chassis and it's rather difficult to get a decent filming done on that. But there are plenty of other repair sections that need repairing on this, which I'll show you how I go about that in future episodes. So what we have here is a section under this cross member here that was rather frilly, and as you can see, I'll show you a bit closer in a minute. And this is the section I've cut out of the bottom of the chassis, and as you can see it's quite frilly, and I'll show you that a bit closer in a minute. I made a template here, and I've cut out a repair section of 2mm steel. Now I did get some 3mm, but that seems way too thick, so I opted for the 2mm. Now I haven't got any tools to bend the repair panel to the right shape, but it's pretty close, so I'll go with that. So as I say, I've cut out the rot, as you can see there. Now what I'll do is I'll show you the hole that's left, then I'll go ahead and weld in the repair section, and we'll talk about that after I've done it. Okay, before we go ahead and look underneath the cross member, this is the panel that I cut out, and as you can see it's really frilly. It's more like a doily than a piece of metal, and it's obviously rusted through in areas. So yeah, that's the section I cut out. And there you can see the section that I've cut out, and it was quite rust, surface rust mainly, but as you can see there's pitting there, and I suppose I could replace this cross member, but that's a lot of work, and I don't think it's really in a condition that would warrant that. So I've got a wire brush on the inside, and I've coated it in rust converter, and when I've finished the welding I'll put some under seal in there to protect it even further. But one of my concerns about doing this weld repair, this side appears all right, and the two areas, two sides here, front and back, is this area on this side, and that to me looks as though it might be a bit of a pain to weld onto. So the only way of doing that is to actually go ahead and weld the piece in. So once I've done that, I'll come back and show you the repair. If I don't, then you know it's failed, although you won't, because you won't have seen this video. So anyway, that's them. Okay, so I've finished welding the repair section underneath this cross member, and I think it's gone quite well. It looks and feels very solid. I did have a few issues with that one side here, on this side, that I thought I'd have problems welding to because of it being a little bit thin, but I managed to do it. So I've ground it all down and it's nice and smooth under there. So let's have a look at my endeavours. Okay, let's have a look at the finished repair. Okay, so the repair panel is from here around to here, and welding along the sides there and there were fine, as I expected, and here was okay, but as I mentioned earlier on, it was rather difficult to weld there because this metal is very thin, and I'm contemplating whether to actually replace further round, but it is a sturdy repair. And here, as you can see, I had to weld a bit around that area to make it sturdy. So as a first attempt at welding a repair like this, I don't think it's gone too bad. Not perfect, I'm the first one to admit, but it is solid, and once it's primed and painted and then covered in under seal inside and out, I think it'll be a good repair that'll last. So that's the repair done to the underside of this cross member, and I think you'll agree, although it's probably not the prettiest, it's not too bad considering I haven't done any work of this type before. Although I said I'd restored a Triumph Spitfire, most of that was welding on new wings and rebuilding the boot floor and the rear valance, etc. So not quite the same as this, but yeah, I'm reasonably pleased with the results. So next on the agenda is repairing the rest of the front of the chassis before I go on to repairing the splash panels near side and offside. So although there wasn't a lot of content including cutting the panel out, so although there wasn't a great deal of content showing the preparation of cutting out although there wasn't a lot of content including cutting the section out and welding the repair panel in and preparing the panel, cutting it out of a sheet of steel and bending it, I wanted to make sure I hadn't got the problem of filming it whilst trying to do the job. However, in the next series of repairs, I will try to include that to show how, for example, this side, this bumper iron mount will have to be cut off because there's some rust and perforation on the inside. So that's got to be cut off. I've got to take measurements, obviously, to make sure it goes back in the right place. And then I'll show you cutting out the rusty perforated area and then making a new panel, and I'll do that for the rest of the sections that need repairing, plus the splash panels, of course. So if you'd be interested in seeing my progress in doing those jobs, I can't find any other similar repairs done on a Rover P4 on YouTube. It's something that's is an archive for myself as to the restoration of this car. It'll also serve as perhaps a guide on how you should or maybe shouldn't approach this work. So yeah, that's all coming up in the next few episodes. Also, I might include a video of all of the pieces of kit I've accumulated before attempting these jobs, like the welder, compressor, various tools, grinders, cut-off tools, etc. But I think I'll do a video on that next to show you what you need to carry out this work and what I haven't got that I really need. I hope you've enjoyed the video, so if you have, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you. Bye.